Hi everyone. I will be talking about a key concept in technology policy today, the black box problem in AI. I will begin with a brief outline of what my presentation is going to look like. First, I begin with an introductory question. Then I move on to what is a black box model? Then I try to explain why is it relevant in policy making. Finally, where do we go from here? Let me begin by asking a question. Do you think patients with asthma are at a higher risk of developing complications from pneumonia? Naturally, our answer would be yes. We don't have any background in the medical sciences, still, we can give an answer of yes. Let me ask a different question now. Do you think highly advanced AI models can predict this? Well, unfortunately, the answer is no. A few decades ago, a model predicted that patients with asthma were at a lower risk of developing complications from pneumonia. Fortunately, this was spotted before the model was deployed. Ever since then, this case study has become a textbook illustration of the usefulness of interpretable models over black box models. Then, what are black box models? They are systems where the internal decision making process is opaque or incomprehensible even to the people who built them. We can see what goes inside the system, like output, and what comes out of the system, which is the output, but not how the decision is getting made. Why is it relevant in policy making? Because of three major reasons. First, being accountability. If we don't understand how the decision making process is happening in a system, how do you challenge it? How do you question it? Secondly, fairness. Can be serious discriminatory biases hidden inside this decision logic. Multiple levels they can get compounded. Finally, safety. Just like I mentioned in the first example, there are critical areas where AI is getting deployed, like healthcare, criminal justice, finance, etc. Where such opaque decision making can be extremely dangerous and life threatening. I will give an illustration here. The Apple Card gender bias, which happened in 2019. So, a married couple applied for an Apple Card in 2019, a man and a woman. And the man received a 20 times higher credit line, and the woman did not. The couple appealed to the company. What the company shared is that even they don't know how the decision making process happened because it happened through an algorithm. There was a lot of social media backlash. Unfortunately, nobody was held accountable, neither the system nor the company. And this is what happens with the black box system. Where do we go from here? There are multiple approaches. Two are the major approaches taken by governments. First approach, slow down or limit the research that is happening in serious themes like healthcare and criminal justice. This is the approach taken by the European Union, which has created a regulatory framework for AI and sorting it into high risk versus low risk. Low risk has fewer restrictions, higher risk has stricter rules or bans. This is majorly in concern with deployment and not just research. Secondly, the approach that is taken by a lot of companies today is open the black box. Basically, white box, explainable AI, glass box AI, there are different names. It is just the opposite of what black box AI is. What is it then? Here, users can understand how the AI takes in data, processes it, and then arrives at a conclusion. Why is it important? It makes it easier to trust and validate outcomes, weak models to correct errors, and adjust performance. Now I will try to summarize whatever I tried to explain before. So a black box system is what happens when AI systems become too powerful but lack transparency. Why does it matter? It can cause harm, bias, and we can't keep it accountable. There are two approaches in solving this. First, proceed with caution. Second, make AI systems that are more explainable and transparent. These are the references that I used for the presentation. Thank you so much. I hope I was able to clearly explain what the black box problem in AI and technology policy is. Thank you.